Lads, how are we? The food shop. The bulking food shop. These are the bulking food shop bags. They're actually really good bags now for like fitting a load in. You know, I have like all my fridge and freezer stuff in there. I have all the like press and cupboard stuff in there. But I thought I'd give you a little run through of the food shop. Fridge isn't empty, but we did need stuff all the same. So I'm going to run you through quickly, maybe give you a couple of ideas. This is going to be very similar to the last food shop that I did. Why? Because everything I'm eating is still pretty much the exact same, but it's been a little while since we did one. So might give you a couple of ideas. This is my bulking, gain phase, off-season food shop, whatever you want to look at. There's a couple of things that I didn't get, but I do have some stuff in the fridge. This is just like general rundown and general update on where we're at as well. I'm just actually post-workout as well. The pump is now gone. A sick push day. Not sick session. Well, sick session, yeah, but a sick man today and a sick man over the last week. So not really taking my own advice in terms of what I should be doing and taking another couple of rest days until I'm fresher, but I'm off the back of Sunday and Monday rest days. So today's Tuesday. I did push to start my training week. We lost a member of the family over the weekend, which is, yeah, so into the last 2 days, obviously, with the funeral and everything like that, so I wasn't training. And you know what, like, it makes you realise, you know, when you look at it, like, it makes you realise, like, fuck me, man, like, we have it easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going through something right now, like, look at that. I said it in the last video when I was sitting down talking, like, we have it bloody easy. Do you know what I mean? In terms of what we do. I know I speak about in terms of what we do as mentally challenging, physically challenging, everything, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, not to deep things. We're talking about a food shop here in terms of where we're at. Also dropped a little bit of weight over the last couple of days. What I'll do is I'll get everything out and we can chat about it then, because I need to get it away in the fridge. I need to get my post-workout, which is already ready. The post-workout cream rice. Made that earlier. Here's one I made earlier. Get that into me, and I do have a setup to do, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Dara is getting set up this evening. If you want to be the next person to get set up, click the link below and send me a little message and I will get you on board straight away. So, food shop. Right, we have everything out. Obviously, like, the inevitable. I've got my whey and everything. I've got my cream of rice and everything over there. You know, that kind of crack. Obviously, that is all from not Lidl. This is all from Lidl, right? About, Jesus, like, lads, about like 90 quid's worth, to be completely honest. And I didn't even get loads, really. Maybe not quite 90 quid. I did have cans as well. So again, it's not going to cost you as much maybe as that. I had cans that I put back in the deposit return scheme thing anyway. But a couple of things that obviously aren't here now that I am having sometimes a little bit of. Not actual main meals, but I'll have these with my creamy and stuff at night time sometimes. Top up on carbs. Crunchy nut. Some nights I'll have Rice Krispies, just as like my thing at the end of the day, and then I'll have Cocoa Pops maybe some days as well. But I'm not actually having them, like I'm still post-workout and stuff, I'm having cream of rice most of the time, or rice as well with my meat, or sludge. And protein sources start off really, I have smoked salmon as well, that I don't know if you're smoked salmon, and actual whole eggs. And then we have egg whites, so I'm doing a good lot of egg whites. I love my egg whites. So I've got 3 of them. I've got some 5% beef mince. We've got chicken. They didn't have the kilo packs of chicken, so I just have the mini chicken fillets. And then we have prawns. I'm doing a good bit of prawns as well now at the moment, frozen prawns. One bag of them is 270 grams. That's one meal for me. So it's actually like not that much protein, like per 100 grams, only 13.8 protein. So I'll do a full bag of that. It's not the cheapest thing you could say. We'll also do like once a week actual salmon fillets. We've got them in the freezer from Lidl as well. So a couple of bits obviously not here. Like they're the main protein sources. I did do turkey burgers as well one night last week. I just picked them up in the shop when I picked them up. So like I'm never doing like a real like major. If I'm with Dan, we usually will, and it'll be a lot more expensive. Simple as. But for me, it's quite basic in terms of the food sources, do you know what I mean? And as I said, this just looks the exact same as it's looked over the last couple of months, to be honest. Except for like new additions like the prawns and stuff. Do have a little bit of reduced sugar jam as well. Myself and Dan will have that sometimes. Rice cakes, then onto the carbs, kind of rice cakes. Rice, I have the big 20 kilo bag. I'm still going through it, still have a lot left of it. Obviously, portions are very small on prep. 20 kilo bag of jasmine rice that I use. If you want to save money on rice, get that. Again, I just portion that out into a lunchbox here every single week and stick that in there. And I'm eating usually, like 200 grams of raw weight rice now every single day. So if I was to buy the little bags of it, I would be going through a lot, and that's only going to get more and more and more. So we're just going through it. Sauces of choice as well. I picked up a mustard for myself. I'm loving mustard. Reduced sugar ketchup, which I have loads of. Barbecue sauce, which I have here as well. And that's it in terms of sauces now at the moment. Lighter than light mayonnaise as well. Bananas, I'm going through a lot of bananas. I buy the fun size bananas. The reason for that being is they're the perfect size for me. So I'm never wasting any bananas. I'm going through about 2 bananas a day. God, this is a sad old food shop. Obviously, as I said to you, we've got cereal there. We've got oats here as well. I didn't need oats. I'm having oats, not every day, to be honest. Having a good lot of cream rice, obviously. We've got oats. We have bread. Didn't need bread. There's bagels there. I'm not doing any bagels. We will get to a point, man. Cinnamon raisin bagels. That's what turned me into a big boy before, like big boy. So I'm looking forward to having a cinnamon raisin bagel again at some stage. Dark chocolate in there, didn't need dark chocolate. My waddy, didn't need that. So they're all the small little things that would make the food shop more expensive. These are the pods that I use. I get these from Lidl, Americano pods. Go through about fucking 9 of them a day. No, am I joking? Like 3. Coke Zeros, the freeway from Lidl. And then we've got basically just veg, man, fruit and veg. Onions. Peppers, mixed peppers, frozen broccoli, kimchi, 2 things of kimchi, also sauerkraut as well. Sauerkraut and kimchi, my fermented foods, lad. Lettuce, spinach for my omelettes as well. Spinach is very, very good as well. As well for like all different like small health markers as well, lads. Like there's a lot of these different things that cover a lot of them. You know, I kind of way like, and that's what makes me stay on top of my veg that little bit more as well. And I just love veg. I love fruit and I love veg. Frozen raspberries, are you coming in? Quick giving out now. If you're coming in, you come in. Get in. Because the doors get... Fucking dog, I swear. Lad. Raspberries, blueberries, frozen pineapple, going through a lot of them every single day, a lot of fruit. That's the main fruit. Also, kiwis over there. I won't have kiwi every single day. Most days I have a kiwi, most days. I was going through a little phase of apples and shit like that then as well, but that's kind of what the food shop is looking like, Brooklyn, isn't that? Good old Brooklyn, huh? We have a love-hate relationship, don't we? Very fucking much so. Very much so. But, as I said, like, again, a lot of protein will come from my whey, a lot of carbs come from my cream of rice. And yeah, like that's what the food shop is kind of looking like. You know, it's really simple, no bollocksing. When I talk about food, lads, and you know, especially with like new people starting off and getting on plan, and you're looking at a meal plan and you're thinking chicken and rice and veg, or mince and potatoes, you know, lovely. That's what the whole population, I know I speak about the whole time, is eating anyway on a daily basis, or mince and pasta. But it's just called bolognese. It's just called curry sauce, or chicken curry, which brings me to, you know, when we're talking about sauces and everything, this is the Mayflower sauce that I'm always talking about, and I'll do this like twice a week now. Usually twice a week. I'll do it at the weekend, maybe one day during the week as well. And that does me in terms of like a fix of a curry, do you know what I mean? I've still yet to get a Chinese, because me and Dan were religious with Chineses back in the day, last year. I haven't had a Chinese since 2024. How sad is that? I haven't had a Chinese all year. Well, my own order anyway, and if you saw my order, you would be fucking shocked. You probably have seen it before. But that curry sauce, and then that's it really. You know, obviously there's all other condiments like seasonings, salt, all that kind of crack that we just don't need. But this is the general pickup for the next couple of days. It's not a full week at all, but like this is the food sources. My meat, my carb sources, you could say. Obviously the carbs are coming as well. Spuds, I will be doing spuds as well on certain days. Don't really fuck with pasta, man, ever. Unless Dan is like, come on, we'll have bolognese. I don't mess with pasta, you know, pasta dishes or anything like that. But that's what the food looks like. Your food sources should stay the exact same, regardless of what phase you're in. Only thing with that as well is, and something I'm dealing with a couple of the lads who are just dealing with issues in terms of becoming intolerant nearly to certain foods, something you don't want. Like, it's good to have good variety in your foods and in your food plan to not always, like, I'm not saying that for someone maybe who's just starting out, but someone who is just religious, you know, eating maybe the exact same meals over the last fucking year or a couple of years, you might start to become intolerant to certain foods. A couple of lads there I'm going through at the minute, just the only thing you can do when it comes to like fixing digestion and fixing these issues like that is just pinpointing the foods, and it's a slow process, and it's a nitty process in terms of like seeing what food source is causing you the issues and everything. But as a general rule of thumb, like, once your food is enjoyable, right, it's enjoyable, adherable, something that you can stick to every single week, and foods you digest extremely well, that's like the most important thing. You know, like, once you're covering all the bases here in terms of proper quality proteins, proper quality carbs, obviously not many to be shown here, but proper quality like fruit and veg then as well, you're covering the basis. And then, like, I'll have minimum like one of these every single day, like I'll have a monster every single day, like, you know what I mean? And like, it's just about enjoyment to be able to keep it up for the longevity of it. And this is the food that I, you know, see myself, as I said, you want to make it into a case of, you know, just being able to like look at this food and think, yeah, that's the food I'm eating every single day. One thing I've noticed over the last couple, like even just over the last week here now, right, with shit going on, is just how much everything that I do on a daily basis is just what I do now on a daily basis. It's not a thing that I have to do. You know what I mean? It's just built into my daily routine, my daily life, which is class, to be honest, you know, and it's just stuff that you don't even think about. And, you know, for a lot of people, it's just stuff that's going to take time, do you know, that kind of way, in terms of like just building something into your routine. It's all about habits. You know, that's a thing I spoke a lot about on check-ins today. Like, it's all about these habits in terms of getting steps up to a number that you need to have them at every single day. It's about building all these small little habits, and, you know, habits around your food is going to be a big thing as well, to get enjoyment to the level it needs to be at, right? And I'm not saying like every meal needs to be like, every meal like should be like fucking class, like you should really be looking forward to it, regardless of what phase you're in, you know, especially for, you know, the fellas who are going, you know, deep into a gainer phase and you are struggling with food here now. You know, like, the more you look at food and are excited for a meal and enjoy your meals, like, the better you're going to digest them, the better your appetite is going to stay intact, the better longevity you're going to have to prolong this gaining phase. You know, I always speak about it in terms of this needs to be the phase you spend the longest amount of time in. Do you know, that kind of way? So you need to have an enjoyable setup. But like you see with my diet here, it's a lot of single ingredient foods. A lot of the carbs is like rice-based pretty much across the board. I had a comment, I'm sorry for saying that so much, I had a comment of a lad saying it's the first time he's ever heard someone saying across the board when he started watching my YouTube videos. I probably say it in every single video a couple of times. I'm trying to refrain myself because people laugh at me for saying that, but get fucked, lad. Right, a lot of rice-based food on the diet, and then like a lot of the carbs come from fruit. Veg, obviously, I don't track or just keep consistent every single day. And then my protein sources, just switching them up in terms of preference pretty much. But I'll have mince every single day, really, unless I'm out of routine. I'll have chicken every single day, really. And just, you know, keeping things, you know, good variety in there. For enjoyment, one, but also not to just become like sick of a certain food either. Do you know, that kind of way? Which is a big thing for me anyway. But that's where we're at. I woke up about 0.8 of a kilo down as well today, compared to what we were at a couple of days ago at my highest of 90.2 kilo, which it is what it is. That weight's just going to come back up now probably, or else it's going to come back down. We're not 100% sure, but we'll just see where our weight's at over the next couple of days. Training is probably going to go in now. We've got muscle contest at the weekend, which I will be there for both days, so anyone who's at that, I'll see you there. Anyone who's competing at it, good luck. Enjoy peak week now over the next couple of days. I know a good few lads I'm excited to see up there now on stage, which I haven't seen on stage in a long time, or I've become really good friends with now this year and I haven't seen them on stage. Do you know, that kind of way? So I'm excited to see them on there. It'll probably be a good show over the 2 days. And it's in Limerick, so it's only a quick drive in for me. It's not up the country, down the country. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But yeah, I'm going to get this away because the food is going to be defrosting. I'm going to get post-workout in, going to get back to work. Everything for me this week stays the exact same as it was last week in terms of food now. Cardio as well. I got a good bout of cardio done as well towards the back end of the week. A lot of it was done on the bike. I really enjoyed it. Steps were also in a really good spot. Steps are that little bit lower now today as well. I don't do check-ins when I don't do the walking pad when I'm doing check-ins. I was talking to Keane Kelly about this in terms of like concentration and stuff. It's very hard to like concentrate and give everything out here when you're on the walking pad, and then trying to do a check-in at the same time. So it's all the kind of less intensive kind of jobs, less brain demanding jobs, like me editing these videos and everything, is when I can blast out a lot of steps on the walking pad, and then obviously walking the dog, and then cardio is kept separate. Your steps and cardio, two separate things. Remember that the whole time. Something I'm reminding lads who are starting off this week. Going to get food into me over the next couple of hours, get that lad set up as well, which I'm excited for, as I said. As well as the space there. I'm at the highest number of clients now that I've ever been at, and I'm really delighted to say that. Still, in the grand scheme of things, compared to what other coaches around, what a load of other coaches, obviously, how many people they're working with, but for me, it's the highest number I've ever been at. And, you know, with that as well, like I said, like my physique and journey that I'm on, this time, you know, 2 years ago, I thought I'd never coach. I thought I'd never coach again. You know, like I've always had just a couple lads there who've like been there the whole time. But, you know, when I was up at a number of clients before, and then I just let everything go. Do you know what I mean? Like, as I said, it is what it is. You know, I let it go, and I was like, fuck, man, you know, like that's what I love to do. And I need to be on my shit, to be on shit for clients. That's a huge thing for me, is just like, I really need to be on it myself, to be on it for them, to walk the walk, you know. And when I'm on my shit, I'm really on their shit, which is really, really good. And that's what gets me up, and that's what drives me every single day to do it. That's what keeps my accountability where it's at right now, is keeping them going and things moving, especially like with the caliber of client getting, you know, more and more, you know, not better, I suppose, but just like, you know, good inquiries coming through now as well, which is fucking nice, you know, and I'm really, really enjoying it. As I said, it's what I love to do on a daily basis. I love to talk to you on a daily basis, and, you know, whether some man says it's just me talking to myself, as always, it's me getting my thoughts out on here as well. So, Nurofen, post-workout, magnesium, ashwagandha, fucking give it to me all, lad. I'm going to get it into me. I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to finish steps for the day. And then we're going to do it all over again tomorrow. Drop the video a like. Hope it gave you a couple of ideas. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're growing on the YouTube. Again, comment down below if there's anything you want to see. Send me a message. I said this in the last video. I've had multiple messages. Multiple messages. And I've just been chatting to people. And if you want to chat to me as well, send me a message. Send me a bloody message, and I will see you back here again. Please God, tomorrow.